Hey everyone, Nick Mancini here, one of the co-founders of SynQ, the leader in crypto forecasting. Here to tell you a little bit about what SynQ is, what makes it tick, and why it is unique. So, just diving right in, the main difference about SynQ is it treats cryptocurrency investors and traders like consumers. People are what drives the crypto market. It's very retail driven, it's very community driven, and a lot of current financial models don't take in the fact that it is very consumer centric and consumer driven. They factor in a lot of financial data. Some people factor in just sentiment data, but they look over the business intelligence aspect, which is how consumers tick and what they do. So a lot of the models are 55 to 60% of the time, and so they don't last all the time. It's because they're missing one thing, and it's the consumer aspect. So we're going to dive into a little bit about business intelligence stuff in two slides. But before that, we're going to talk about exactly how accurate we currently are with our modeling. So we are 80% accurate after 155,000 projections since mid-May, and that was when SynQ was created after about 18 months of development. So what a price projection looks like, because I'm sure you're wondering, if Bitcoin's at 10K, SynQ may project that it will go to 10,500 in 24 hours with about a 75% probability. Now, if Bitcoin hits $10,499 but doesn't hit 10.5, we consider that a loss. If Bitcoin hits $10,500 but it's 24 hours and 1 minute, we consider that a loss. So these price projections are exact, but what they do is they model market movements going forward. So they're not accurate all the time because they're modeling, a range, but we make exact price projections so that you can make the best decision for yourself. So after 155,000, 8 times out of 10, when we make a projection, we are accurate. So what is business intelligence, and what does treating cryptocurrency buyers like consumers mean? So business intelligence at the most basic level is tracking airline rewards miles or hotel rewards points whenever you're flying across the country, or grocery stores putting certain cereals on certain levels of the shelf because your kids are going to go after the shiny ones rather than the dull cereals. So it very much in crypto, consumers are finicky. They don't like to change their minds, and they're attracted to things just the same way we are when we buy flights or hotels or soup or cereal. The best argument is Samsung versus Apple. To put it into crypto, it's Bitcoin versus Ethereum or Bitcoin versus Litecoin. So what we do is we take in three big data sets: consumers and consumer modeling, sentiment, and then financial and market data. And what consumer modeling means is basically remodeling current business intelligence algorithms and how they track consumers specifically for crypto. So this is behavior modeling, consumer modeling, psychographic analysis. The next step is how they feel. So we've got who they are, then how they feel is the sentiment, so tweets and Reddit posts and Facebook posts. But this alone doesn't really give you a good outlook. So you factor in those two pieces along with market and financial data, and you've got three wide data sets that all work together to create forecasts for price action. So consumer X feels happy and is attracted to Bitcoin. So based on what we've previously seen, this many consumers or this much money is going to flow into the market and move Bitcoin, X% in an up or down direction. And what this does is it takes a very robust aspect to crypto forecasting. It's not just financial. It's not just based on sentiment. It's a culmination of a 1, 2, 3 step that gives us very accurate forecasting price projections. So to boil it down into some jargon for you, SynQ was created from 2 years of consumer-focused business intelligence modeling, architected into data analysis algorithms that provide a series of correlational data outputs for cryptocurrencies. It's based on 3 big buckets, like I said before: consumer behavior modeling, asset classifications and scoring, and then cryptocurrency market activity. So we're using all of this data to build forward-looking projections currently for the top 100, but building towards all 2,000 cryptocurrencies. And we make projections, currently every 15 minutes, and we're looking to make those every minute of every day. So out of those 155,000 price projections so far, we are 80% accurate for price movements between 1 and 5%. Now, if you think about it, if you're making a 1% trade every single day through compounding that cash, you're making a pretty good a living. If you're doing any above 1%, near 5%, you're making an even better living. And what SynQ allows you to do is confidently understand how consumers are moving and reacting to certain things, and then the decisions that they make and the price action that occurs from that. So having all three of those at your disposal, plus a treasure trove of correlational data and exact price projections, allows you to make sense of a very mixed up, speculative, and difficult market. So SynQ allows you to make sense of all this, and that was the entire purpose. So I hope you found this educational, and please reach out to us if you have any questions or curious about what we do or how we take a business intelligence mindset.